Picture walking into a massive civil service exam. You've spent months, sweating the details, knowing everything is riding on this one test.
Right, the pressure is huge.
Exactly. Only to find out later that 40% of the room just bought their passing scores, like right from the principal.
Yeah, it completely shatters the whole illusion of a meritocracy,
Exactly.
especially when the administration itself is, running the market.
Right, and that is exactly what we are looking at today. We're doing a deep dive into this massive cheating scandal inside Thailand's local government civil service exams.
It is honestly huge. We are talking about 4.5 billion baht in estimated damages.
Oh, wow, 4.5 billion. Yeah, so with a paper trail going straight to the top, our mission today is to figure out exactly how this scheme operated mechanically.
Yeah.
We also want to look at who the National Anti-Corruption Commission is targeting and, well, why this matters for the future of local governance.
The sheer scale of this is exactly what makes it a special case for the NICC. Out of 15,000 examinees, investigators found discrepancies in, a staggering 6,000 answer sheets.
Wait, 6,000? That is almost half the room.
Yeah, it's wild. So they're aggressively targeting 4 different layers here. You have the examinees who bought the scores, the middleman brokers, the exam organizers, and then the high-level executives right up to the director general level.
Okay, wait, I need to pause you right there. Because changing 6,000 physical test scores without triggering some kind of immediate alarm sounds like a complete logistical nightmare.
Oh, absolutely.
Like, were they sitting in a back room literally erasing bubbles on Scantron sheets? Or is there some sort of systemic backdoor happening here?
They didn't even need to touch an eraser because they controlled the actual architecture of the test itself.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, it basically comes down to the terms of reference. Those are the baseline rules and requirements for how the exam is administered and graded. And because high-level officials drafted those terms, they could just legally mandate the use of specific, unaudited scanning software.
Or like a preferred vendor that was already in on it.
Exactly. You basically engineer the blind spots legally.
So drafting the terms of reference is essentially like getting to build the casino before you sit down to play cards. You already know exactly where the camera blind spots are.
Right, that is a great way to put it. Once the pre-selected ID numbers go through their rigged system, the scores are artificially inflated before the data ever even reaches an independent oversight board.
Well, that explains how the corruption took root so deeply. And I guess why it's triggered 3 separate probes running simultaneously.
Right, from the NACC, the Ministry of Interior, and the Prime Minister's office. They're all having to move really fast because they are dealing with highly sophisticated actors.
Yeah, like that recent raid in the Rama 8 area, right?
Exactly. Police and the NACC targeted this luxury condo linked to a deputy governor. And this is the exact same official who allegedly drafted those compromised terms of reference we just talked about.
But they didn't catch him red-handed, though. I mean, they just found a waist-high safe with, 200,000 baht in it?
Yeah, 200,000 baht. But the suspect hadn't even set foot in the unit for 6 months.
Wow, half a year.
And he completely denies owning the place. High-level officials understand how these investigations unfold.
So the bureaucratic delay between the exam and the official raid basically gave them a 6-month buffer.
Yeah, to create distance and obscure the paper trail. So investigators aren't just looking for confessions anymore. They're using these abandoned safes and proxy properties to reverse engineer the financial flow.
They're treating it more like taking down an organized crime syndicate than busting a single cheating ring.
Precisely. Because the stakes here go way beyond just people getting an unearned desk job.
Yeah, Deputy Prime Minister Peckhorn recently described this specific type of cheating as a cancer. One that is actively destroying democratic decentralization.
And he is right about that, because local government officials manage the immediate infrastructure of your daily life. We're talking zoning, roads, local budgets.
Right. So if those officials are buying their way into power, it immediately raises the question for you, the listener, of what else they are willing to buy and sell once they actually hold the keys to the city.
That is the core issue here. The foundational trust in local administration is just completely compromised.
Which is why lawmakers aren't just looking at slapping them with fines anymore.
No, they're actively pushing for 15-year prison sentences and lifetime bans from public office for anyone involved.
Because you have to create a deterrent massive enough to actually counter a 4.5 billion baht incentive structure.
Right. It has to hurt way more than the bribe actually pays out.
It really is a massive fight to purge this institutional rot. But stepping back, it leaves you with a really unsettling question to think about.
Oh, definitely.
Because as governments globally transition away from paper bubbles and move toward fully digital and AI-driven testing, will this kind of systemic corruption actually disappear?
Or will it just evolve into something else?
Exactly. Like, what happens when this cancer goes fully digital and the principal you're bribing isn't a person at all, but just a line of code?